Prof, can you hear me?
Clear. I'm streaming to YouTube. So I'm trying to get that stream to YouTube. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay, I think we are live on YouTube right away, and then so that we can start now.
Prof, can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. Loud and clear.
Okay, okay.
Loud and clear.
Because
Now,
of the network, stability of the network, I will not be putting on my video.
it's okay. Maybe it's okay. So this is our live streaming. Let me copy it. Okay. Okay, so we're also live on YouTube. We have just 30 seconds remaining, so we can move on. Okay, today's loaded. Right now, I'm going to share my screen and I will start. It's a loaded day. It's a loaded day. Please confirm on the chat if you can hear my voice and you can see my screen. Please write yes on the chat session, please. Please, please, please. Can we? Yes, I can see it coming. Let's keep them coming. Okay, but my time is 6 o'clock Nigerian time, which is time to start right away. Okay, so I'm going to take so this is the agenda for today's session, episode 3 of ASMN 5.0. We are here on YouTube and we are on Zoom page and also live on YouTube. Okay, so by God's grace, I remain your privileged host. Evans Osabuya is my name. Professor of Economics at Covenant University, the privileged founding chair of DIaDeRC, the PECOS Institutions and Development Research Center. So this is ASMN 5.0. We started the journey since on the 11th of May, and we're running till 8th of June. So this is the third edition, the third episode, we call it here. We are both here on Zoom and also live on YouTube. So first and foremost, I want to sincerely appreciate God for his faithfulness, for his mercy, for keeping us thus far, and for the ideas he gave to us, both at DIaDeRC and also for the launch of African Scholars Mentorship Network. So we shall be seeing shortly. It will be 2 years this May that we started, and the testimonials have been very, very encouraging. So this agenda we're running for today, I'm just giving the welcome remark, and then after all, we introduce the speakers for the day, the facilitators. They are right in the house, and then we'll take presentation to 2 others. First one, 25 minutes, and then there will be hands-on plus Q&A, and then the head of publication in the house will introduce us to the new journal that will be launched, and then we will launch our scholars mentorship network. Those of us who came early, we played the YouTube video on that. Okay, so this is our agenda for today. Let me just continue. Just for the sake of those who are coming perhaps for the first time, quickly write your name and affiliation on the chat session, whether you are here on Zoom or you are on YouTube, so that we can know those who are here right away. We almost remember this, our academic or research impact pyramids, how you can move from consumption of knowledge to production, to moderation, to stimulation, whereby you enter the realms of research, academia, or professional immortality, climbing from adaptability to visibility to stability, and then you end up in immortality, whereby it becomes difficult for people to call those that matter in your area without calling you. I've always remember this our mentorship encompassing coaching and supervision. So in case you missed the previous editions, please check our previous episode 1 and episode 2. We covered them in those episodes. Okay, and also this is our framework of mentorship. We have mentioned that separately. The 3 pillars we're running with: the mentee remains the driver, then the captain, the mentor is the co-pilot, and then the point of honesty and integrity, very crucial. Constant evaluation is very important. Please check the previous recording YouTube video on them. Be glad it is. Then why relevance, or what are the relevance of mentorship? There are so much. We just printed them. So I won't go to that. Please check our previous recording. And who can you approach to be your mentor, or what are the focal points for choosing a mentor? That we have covered that as well. On the word mentor, mentor, to motivate you for progress, exemplify what you want to do, nurture your ideas or dreams, and then target your potential, observe you as you grow, and then relate with a resolve. All right. Details are there. They don't always forget our smart. You must have, whether you are in academia, you are professional, body, whatever you are doing, you need to have a goal set. For short-term goal, medium-term goal, and long-term goal. Very, very important. As we 5.0 is very important. We are seeing us the gender dimension growing for more female participating from 39.8 in the episode 3, in series 3.0 to 44, and now to over 45. So which is a very great sign. We're seeing new person coming again and again, also very encouraging. And country coverage, you have seen more countries being joining us outside Africa, which is what we have to now establish another YouTube channel that will focus on those bespoke knowledge we mentioned. Don't let's forget again, I mentioned the earlier before, I'm going to repeat. There's opportunity for continuous mentorship under our ASMN premium membership. So the link is also there. Please do register before, I think also before 20th of June, so that you can be among those that will be onboarded at the end of June. And for those of us going on this ASMN 5.0, we said completing exercises are important, 1 to 4. That after each episode, I've had to now, and also ASMN Pro membership is important. So these are the 2 pillars for qualification for certificate from this trade. So this is sample certificate that were issued this year, this series. Yeah, for the YouTube, for the exercises, thanks so much. When I checked it last night, about 89 have done episode 1, exercise 1. Thanks so much. Then for when I check, I wanted to update it, but as at last night, there are about 49. So please, it should be open to the till on the 20, not 20th. No, before the end, it should be open till episode 4. It should be open, so middle after episode 4. So by June 5, June 6, we'll close it, so I can prepare for issuing of certificate at the last episode. So please, you are encouraged to take exercises. After today, by tomorrow, the exercise for this episode 3 today will also be shared. So let's get them done. It's to help you to refresh your idea, go back through again. This is one way to also be sure that knowledge and learning is taking place. So please join with us as we contribute to this knowledge creation. Other projects have been shared on our group and also on our by email. So the book is ongoing projects. Abstract submission is still on with the book. And as we will see later on, the Romanus, who is one of the least participators for today, will be giving us details. But thankfully, I must announce to God's glory that within the week we got we've been on this thing for but since last year, the issues of our international standard serial number, which is our ISSN for our journal, which is institutions and women research journal. So, and the journal has a page, so you go to DIaDeRC/journal to take you there. You see details there. So, see the area of contribution. It's going to be, and you should look at the board of advisory board members. We have thankfully a Nobel laureate as one of our advisory board members. So it's a journal that, by God's grace, we promise it to be one of the top voices in terms of this area of institutions and development and the global south. That's our goal. So details are on the journal page. Okay, this one, we'll come back to this one later. I just mentioned that we have launched a new YouTube channel that will focus on mainly resources that are relevant for career progression, Why our normal YouTube will be left for our normal screen like this, but this one will be customized for knowledge that are bespoke, selected for us. So if you are on the old, if you're on the previous YouTube channel, we encourage you to please go to us. Once you put Scholar Mentorship Network, okay, on this channel, on this link, you get it. So subscribe quickly so I can be getting. We'll be posting at least once a week on resources that you need. And like I mentioned earlier, if you have any topic they want us to take on this channel, do put on the comments. We'll take a look at it and we'll create such content for you. Because we are here to make sure that scholars have what they need to make progress. Okay, so today is episode 3. By next week Sunday, 1st of June, we go to the 4, and then the grand finale is episode 5 on the 8th of June. Now is to quickly introduce our speakers for today, and I want to call on one of our to introduce the speaker for today as we go on. So let's welcome head of admin and human resources team. These are the profile of our speaker for today.
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Oluwayemisi K. Adeleke holds a PhD in economics from the University of Benin, Nigeria, through a fully funded PhD scholarship from the African Economic Research Consortium, AERC. She's an associate member of the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants since 2010. Currently, she lectures at Redeemers University in Nigeria. Her area of specialization is in the fields of macroeconomics, development economics, environmental economics, and financial economics. She's also a member of the Nigerian Economic Society, NES. She's an active premium member of ASMN, where she has collaborated with 3 DIaDeRC team members in winning the prestigious Meaning Making Research Initiative 2024 research grant by Codesra. Our second facilitator for today is Dr. Romanus Osabuohien. Dr. Romanus Osabuohien is a postdoctoral research fellow at the Institute for Energy Policy and Research, National Energy University, UNITEM, Malaysia. He is publication lead at DIaDeRC, Nigeria. He lectured at Covenant University 2018 to 2023, where he obtained his MSc and PhD degrees. He has executed funded projects both individually and collaboratively. He also won the International Fund for Agricultural Development, the IFAD, Award on Youth Engagement in Agribusiness and Rural Economic Activities in Africa project in conjunction with the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture. He has edited 3 books and has published over 140 articles indexed in Scopus. He is an author, a reviewer, and editorial board member for rated journals such as Elsevier and Springer. He was recently selected as a member of the Asian Council of Science Editors. With this, I welcome our facilitators for today. Have a wonderful ride for today's episode.
Okay, thanks so much, Ma. Okay, so Dr. Romanus, the space is yours now, so you can share your screen as we navigate together. Please ensure that you guys confirm that you can see here us.
Yes, I will repeat it.
Great. All right.
So,
So
if I allow my principal to proceed where I will serve as a supporting fighter. Dr. Adeleke.
Good evening, Professor Evans. Good evening, everyone. And you're welcome once again to today's episode on publishing in globally reputable. Now I'll be presenting with my boss, Dr. Romanus Osaboen. I would like to specially thank Professor Evans and the DIaDeRC team for this opportunity to share our insights with you all today. I'd also like to appreciate Professor Evans for the vision of DIaDeRC and ASMN, because my career has taken a 360 turnaround after participating in ASMN 2.0 in 2023. Over the next few minutes, we would like to speak on publishing in globally reputable platforms and would like to share our thoughts and experiences with you. This is our presentation outline. We're going to present you with the academic duties, publication, basic publication questions, have some hands-on, and we'll conclude. Whether you're a researcher working in a research organization or working in a university, there are several activities that you have on hand, and those are the academia duties. And they can be administrative, where you could be the level advisor, you could be the staff advisor, whether an exam officer, a PG coordinator, HOD, subdean, dean, etc. But also part of the academia duties, we have the teaching. You could be teaching undergraduate students and also some professional courses. And when we talk about community service, we talk about the volunteering work, peer mentoring, being in several committees, and also leadership roles. You also could be part of the people that help with events in your organization or university environments. And the last academia duties that we have is research, where we have publications, grant writing, and scholarly work. And you have to do all of these at the same time. So I would like to throw it open to us all. Which interests us all? Which interests you? Is it the administrative? Is it the teaching? Is it the community service, or is it the research? Which interests us more? Please, you can drop your comments in the chat box. You can pick 1 for administrative, 2 for teaching, 3 for community service, and 4 for research. Please, let's drop our comments. Which interests us most? Which do you think can make you visible? Which do you think can make you a millionaire? And which do you think can take you around the globe? Looking at the chat box now, I can see that what interests most of us here is research. So that means we're in a good place today. In reality, when we talk about administrative duties, as much as it takes your time and prepare you for leadership role, it does not count much during promotion. As well as teaching, whether you're teaching in a university environment, this is our primary assignment in the university. And it takes a lot of time and effort because we invest so much in it. But it counts very little when it comes to promotion. Community service, we're giving back to our society, we're giving back to our community. It also counts very little. But when we talk about research, this is very, very important. It is very important in promotion process. And most times we find out that when you are involved in all of these activities, publications or research actually takes the back seat, because the energy you have invested in others would not give you time to do quality research. And fortunately and unfortunately, research is what gives us relevance, is what gives us visibility, is what makes you known globally. And that is also what interests me. That is what interests people that want to be globally relevant. There are several names you would have heard in your field, but you've not met them one-on-one. You would like to even collaborate with them. It is not because of their teaching, it's not because of their administrative duties or community service. Most times it is because of what? Of their research, their relevance, their visibility in the global space. And most times, this is what brings about collaboration. This leads us to the next slide, which is what we have heard before. So I know that out of the 90% of people here, you've heard the slogan, is either you publish or you perish. And I know that several people have published in both local and international journals, high impact journals. But we've heard of this before, publish or perish. Why are we talking about publishing or perishing? If you do not publish, you will not be visible. In academics, if you do not publish, then you have no significant relevance in the global space. And of course, it is better to publish to be visible in the global audience or be impactful or vanish. And of course, when we are talking about publishing, we are talking about publishing in high impact journals. And we are talking about publishing frequently. I'm not saying publish once in 3 years in high impact journals. Of course, you know, there are other people that will be publishing, and the more they publish in high impact journals, the more they become visible. So publishing to be visible to the global audience is also publishing to be impactful. It also moves us towards research immortality. As that is what Professor Evans normally says, that when you publish in high impact journals, it moves you towards research immortality. And of course, when we talk about publishing, it has its benefits, it has its rewards. It is important to publish in high impact journals because it will give you visibility, it will increase your citation, and it will make people reach out to you and want to collaborate with you for partnership. For instance, this is an example. We have Dr. Romanos here. He has been reached out to severally because he has published in high impact journal. To publish in high impact journals is not a child's play because you have to go through the rigor and regiment of writing quality manuscripts. He has been approached to be an editor. He has also been approached by publishing outlets to collaborate with them on book chapters, and also he has been part of people that review in high impact journals and also part of the editorial board member. This is also evident for Professor Evans because he has published and he has learned the rudiments over time. It is easy for people to reach out to him and want to work with him. And that is because he is visible in the global space. Also, another reward of publishing in high impact journals over time is that it would give you an idea of how to write properly. And of course, this is also one of the benefits of writing in high impact journals because we were able to come together as a team, 4 of us in ASMN, and we applied for the credential grant and we got it, and we are still on it. Also, another evidence or reward for publishing is our journal here, which Professor Evans has talked about when we started. So this leads us to our basic publication questions. What are the basic publication questions that we need? Where to publish? I know it's a problem after writing your manuscript. You now start thinking, where do we publish? Where am I going to publish? Where can I publish that? Is it going to take 2 years? Is it going to take 3 years? The high impact journals, they have to pay a lot of money and all of that. So it's a basic publication question. And of course, you can publish in journals, whether local or international, as long as they are high impact. You can publish in conference proceedings. You can publish in book chapters. And also, we have the open access and closed access. Then what do you publish? You publish original research, review, case studies, and theoretical papers. And also, when do you publish? You publish when you have your manuscripts, or when there's a call for paper, or when you have data and you want to solve a problem, or based on your relevance, or you publish because you want to get promoted, and that is the career timing. Then how to publish? How do you publish? You can, before you publish, fine, you have a burning issue you want to address, and you have addressed this issue. You have your manuscript. Before you submit your manuscript anywhere, for instance, we have several high impact journals that you can use +1, you can use Discover Sustainability, you can use Elsevier and all, what have you. But they have submission guidelines, and you cannot just submit your manuscript based on your own submission guideline. You have to look at go to the journal's website, check their submission guidelines, check their requirements. How do they want you to prepare your manuscript? Is it introduction? Is it literature separately? Is it methodology and theoretical framework? Is it discussion? Some will tell you merge introduction and literature together, then give us material and methods, then your findings, conclusion. So you have to know what works for the journal before you actually send your manuscripts there. What is the requirement? Do they expect you to use APA 7? Do they expect you to use APA 6? Do they expect you to use CSA or what? You have to know all of this. You have to follow the author guidelines very importantly before you publish, before you send your manuscript there. If you do not follow their guideline, the problem is that they will send your documents back to you. Most times they just give you a desk reject. And other times, if they're interested in what you have, they'll tell you, we have sent this back to you, follow the format and resend. So it is very important for us to actually look at the review process, look at the formats and requirements and the author's guidelines before we send in our manuscripts. And why do we publish? We publish for career advancement. You want to move from one level to the other. You want to move from AL to L2, from L2 to L1. You want to move from L1 to SL or AP. You publish for career advancement. That's for those, most people that are in the research institutes or the university environment. Then we publish to share knowledge. This is what I have found when I did my research. Then if you keep it in your file, your folder, on your laptop, it goes nowhere. Nobody knows what you have done. So, but because you want to share knowledge, you send it out. Also, you publish for impact. As I said earlier on, you publish to be visible in the global audience. And of course, if you're sharing knowledge, you want to be impactful. You want your manuscript to be useful for policy recommendations. And lastly, you publish as an academic requirement. You can be a PhD student that want to graduate. And one of the requirements is that you must publish at least 2 from your research, from your thesis. So these are the reasons why people publish. So now, which publishing objectives are most important to you? I would also throw this open. We have to further my career prospects, to establish precedents and protect my intellectual property, to ensure that I receive recognition, to disseminate results and further knowledge, and to secure funding for future research and projects. So I'm throwing this question. Please let's answer in the chat box. You can, from what you can see from the 2005 and 2010 survey, we have to disseminate results and further knowledge was what was the most important publishing objective. But things might have changed now. So I want you to answer on the chat box. A, for to further my career prospects. B, for to establish precedents and protect my intellectual property. C, for to ensure I receive recognition. D, for to disseminate results and further knowledge. And E, for to secure funding for future research. So I'm waiting. I'm looking through it now. A, I can see A, to further my career prospects. I can see Adele B. Yvonne says to disseminate results and further knowledge and to secure funding So I can see that most people are picking to secure funding, to disseminate results and further knowledge. And of course, most people are looking at to disseminate results and further knowledge and to secure funding for future research projects. Of course, it is when you publish in high impact journals that you'll be able to secure funding for future research projects. And that is when whatever knowledge you are disseminating, whatever results you have gotten, you will be able to what? You'll be able to spread the knowledge. So from what I can see here now, I can see that most people, oh, Professor Evans said all of the above. So which publishing objectives are important to us? That will determine how we go about whatever we want to do. Okay, so from majority I can see here, I can see that most people voted for to disseminate results and further knowledge and to secure funding for future research and projects. These objectives are important, but it depends on where you are in your academic journey, in your career, that will determine what you want to do. So now moving on, we've talked about, oh yes, the publishing objective is to, it could be one of the 5 that we have here. So how do we achieve these publishing objectives? How and when to write? Why do we write? How do we write? I'm going to start from using Professor Evans as an example. Every time Professor goes around, he's always with a small jotter. That is, anytime any motivation drops, anytime something comes to mind, he puts it down in his jotter. There are several people that carry their phone around, and when they are writing, when anything drops, any idea drops to them, they just put it down and write it down. That is because it is very easy to forget if you do not document whatever you want to write. Whether you want to work at home, you want to work, you want to write at work, you want to write at home, it could be doing playing. Some people, you could be playing, talking, and an idea drops. Even some people are sleeping and an idea drops. They stand up, write it down, and they go back to sleep. So how and when to write depends on you. For some people, they can work even in the midst of chaos, even when there's so much noise. They can write, they can do what they want to do. But for some people, they need absolute quiet for them to write. So it depends on you. But I would advise that at every point in time, if we cannot go around with a paper or a small jotter, we should always have our phone handy, so that when anything comes up, anything comes to mind, we drop it, because it is all these little ideas that comes to mind that actually helps us. That's what is going to be our foundation. That is, when something drops to mind, you put it down. Another day it drops to mind, you put it down. You'll be able to build on it. But when you do not put it down and you say you write it later, it's very important for you to forget. And so how and when to write depends on us. We can decide to write at work. For me, I find it very difficult to work at home. I prefer to work in the workplace where everywhere is quiet and where I can have full concentration. But for some people, they can work irrespective, and they can write irrespective of wherever they find themselves. So this leads us to the next slide, which is where to publish. Where to publish. This question is very important as writing. Where to publish is also important, because if you have put so much effort into writing and you do not put it in a place where you will become visible, that is an effort wasted. So the probability of having to publish in predatory journals are very slim if you publish in good outlets or with good publishers. If you look at the screen, on the right-hand side, we have some good publishing publishers. We have the Sage, we have the Palmgrave Macmillan, we have the Springer Nature, we have Wiley, we have Routledge, we have Emerald and Elsevier, we have other ones, but these are the ones that are everywhere. We see them everywhere, and it is easy for you to publish there. Of course, if you publish under these good publishers, of course, your research, your knowledge, whatever you want to put out there will be visible. Your citations will increase, your H-index will increase. As an academic, you should, apart from publishing, you should have, you should be part of Google Scholar, Academia, ResearchGate, and all these platforms where you can update your whatever you have published, because it also gives you more room for a global audience to locate you. Then if you look at my left, the good publishing outlets, we have Scopus, ABS, Clavierate, Web of Science, and ABDC. But the simple answer to where to publish is you have to publish in high impact journals. We have no excuse for not publishing in high impact journal if we really want to enjoy global visibility. We want to increase our citations and we want to be impactful. We want to move towards research immortality. So on this note, I would be handing over to my boss, Dr. Romanos Osaboen, to take off from here. Thank you and God bless.
Wow. Thanks so
Thank
much. I'm really clapping for you. So
you.
clap for your, you can clap digitally, you can clap spiritually, clap physically. Thanks so much, ma. And as we go to the next phase, please, if you have questions, keep them coming. You have questions, you have comments, use the chat session on it, whether you're on the Zoom here or you're on YouTube, so that in due course you'll be handed to either Romanus or Dr. UIMC Adeleke. Thanks so much, ma. We appreciate you so much. Romanus, over to you for the next assignment. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dr. Adeleke. It's like you taught in secondary school before. Yes. You taught. Thank you. Please get your internet ready, get your computer ready.
So, can you make it louder, like you're talking like somebody that's very far?
Okay, can you hear me? Is it louder now?
Talk, okay, let me see what's louder, maybe a little bit. Next speech.
Okay, yes, it's very energetic. Okay, thank you. Please get your internet ready, get your browser ready. We are going to be doing some hands-on.
You talk louder, like you're...
Oh my God. Okay. Is it louder now, sir?
Okay, it's manageable. Can we hear him? Maybe it's my side.
I hear him, sir. I can hear him, sir.
Okay, but
Okay.
I mean, Romanus, this is the hands-on. Please, let's follow instruction. Want to just do some practical.
This is what to do.
Hands-on. So please, let's get set. Go on, sir.
Talking without doing some practical. So Dr. Adeleke talked about some good publishing that she mentioned Scopus, she mentioned Web of Science, ABS, and ABDC. So we'll be visiting, if we have time, we'll visit all of them. If we don't have time, let's go with the most popular one, which is Scopus. This is good that you publish, as Prof said, publish and be visible, or you vanish from the global awards. I will pray that will not be vanished. Please, if you cannot get Q1, you get Q2. If you cannot get Q2, you get Q3. If you cannot get Q4, if you cannot get Q3, get Q4. At all costs, get Q. So I'll click on the link now. Please, you can paste the link on the chat so that other people can follow suit. Okay. Where's my laptop? Okay. I'll start with the Scopus. So if I paste the link, I will take it. Let me take it to browser. Come on, let me share my browser page.
On the chat, on the chat. It's on the chat.
Please paste it on the chat, sir.
Yeah, it's on the chat already.
Okay. So, okay. Okay, I'll paste scopus.com. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, thank you. Yes, this is Scopus page. Scopus page is like it's like a global world where you can do so many things. You have search, you have sources, you have document, you have authors, research, discovery, organization. It depends what you are looking for on the Scopus page. If you are looking for a document, that means paper that are published, that Scopus index, you click on document. If you know the document title, if you don't know the document title, you can search with the abstracts, you can search with the keywords. For example, if you are looking something on sustainable development, you can search on keyword. You have thousands of articles will pop up from there. So you can download the one you download. Then if you are looking for authors, when I was in government, in fact, all my colleagues in College of Management have read all their profile. including in fact, Pro's profile, I read it more twice a day. Even today, I've read his profile. So for you to earn my respect, this is where I will know whether this guy, when you are talking too much, let's come here and check whether does he want it. So if you are looking for authors, you are looking for somebody's contribution on Scopus page, you are looking for the H-Index, his collaboration, international co-authors, not just publishing. Of course, you have to have international co-authors. In some university, in fact, before when you are moving from essay to upwards, when you are going for professorial cadre, you must have international co-authors, not just publishing. You are an Abwat, all your co-authors since you started lecturing for over 20 years are Abwat colleagues. No, the research has gone beyond immediate colleagues. You know how to internationalize. If you are looking for research discovery, if you are looking for organization, you come here. Now, since we are talking about publication, we are talking about journal, how to publish in a high impact journal. So I will go for journal. I will know, but at your leisure, check other ones. If you have any question later, you can send me a message, send me an email, or you reach out to Prof, or you reach out to Dr. Adeleke. So we are looking for journal. I will just go to sources. If I go to sources, this dialog box will come out. If I know the title of journal, I'll just type title. But if I don't know the title of journal, I have the subject area. For example, if I'm looking at good articles in economics, I will just type a subject area. I'll just type economics. You have so many articles in economics will pop up. If I know the title, I'll just click on title. If I know the publisher, in fact, if I don't know the I don't know the title, but I'm looking for anything. Esivia, because Esivia is one of the best, in fact, my best publisher. I'll just type Esivia. All the journals in that area will come on. If I don't know the publisher, I'll just go to ISN, International Standard Serial Number. So I'll just click on it. Now, let's assume, so one of the ASMN premium member can just give me a title. Let's search and check the queue of the journal. So you can just give me any title.
Discover sustainability. Discover sustainability.
You are the presenter. Let the ASMN premium member talk, please. Let them talk. You are a teacher. Let them respond. Please ask me.
Phytomedicine. Phytomedicine. Phytomedicine.
Please spell.
Phytomedicine.
Phytomedicine.
Let me write this on this.
Phytomedicine like this. Can you drop it on the? Okay, I'll send here. This, right?
Yeah, the first one. Yes, the first one.
That is cytomedical. This is cytomedicine also here. Okay, the first one, cytomedical. Okay, I'll click on it. Okay. So I'll click on, let me click. I hope you are following. I'll click on it.
Yes, I'm following you.
Has been discontinued from Scopus. So the coverage from
No,
1990.
no, it's not the right. It's not the right spelling. Sorry, it was not this one.
No problem.
I wrote it on the chat.
Okay, let me copy from the chat. Medicine. This phytomedicine.
It's not appearing. I'm surprised.
Yeah, it has appeared.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, this is severe. It will tell you the range. That's the coverage if it's currently on Scopus.
Yeah, exactly. At least the one.
So if you look at this coverage from 1994, that's a long time to current 2025. That is present. It will show you everything. This publisher CVI. It will show you the ISN. This is for ISN. This is for hardcover ISN E for electronics online. So we show you the area, the subject area. This is medicine, pharmacology, so many areas. If you show you the area biochemistry, it will tell you. So if it falls within your scope of research, you go with it. Then if you come down, you can actually track the growth of the journal because this is for 2023, latest version, latest update, because Scopus, they update their profile database twice a year. So when they update database, Some journals will be added, some will be deleted, some that does not meet the requirement will be deleted. That's why it's good to publish in this outlet. If a journal manages to smuggle its way in Scopus page, believe me, within 3 years, it will be deleted from the Scopus because they're going to find out. So every year, twice yearly, Scopus will update his database. So if you want to view documents published by this journal, you just click view document. If I click here, all the documents published by this journal will pop up. You see all the documents. I click here now, you see all the documents. All the documents will come out. Let me click on first 200 documents will come out. It's loading. It's good. While wasting time. So I click at the first 200 documents will come out. If you want to move to the next page. So if you are doing a literature review, please, when you are doing a literature review, don't use local journals to do your literature review if you are targeting high impact. So any high impact you want to publish, make sure you go to the journal profile, read about the scope, at least get 1 or 2 manuscripts for the journals and cite it so that the editor will know that this guy, of course, is in touch with our journal. Yes, if I click to see, I will see all the internet is wasting time. It's loading.
Please, I hope you are following him. You can ask questions. So
You can ask questions, please.
Hands-on.
You should be doing the same thing, or you can save the link.
Yeah, so let's. So
You can save the link and do it.
you can choose journal to send your papers to all of that. So thanks so much, sir. Continue. And you have any questions, please, you can write on the comment section. So we'll take them accordingly. Thanks so much.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Let me just let me go back to the journal. Okay, I was saying okay. Okay, I've talked about the document. If you want to download the document for the journal. There are some cases you may not, if your institution does not subscribe to Scopus, you may not have full access. I'm having full access because my institution subscribe to Scopus. So sometimes Scopus can restrict your access if your institution does not subscribe. Okay. It's quite wasting time. I wanted to show. Okay. Well, it's wasting time. Okay, let's not waste time because we have other database to visit. Okay, any question regarding this? Okay, there are other metrics. Okay. Now if you scroll down, you will see the percentile. This is where you know whether it's Q1, whether it's Q2, Q3, or Q4. For example, if you look at this psychomedicine, now you see 97 percentile. That's 97%. I think the highest is 99. So in the complementary medicine, this is a strong Q1. So this journal falls within the category of Q1. Anyone that is 75% and above is Q1. So this journal, using this indicator, shows that if you look at all the subject area, biochemistry, score 81, pharmacology 88, toxicology and pharmaceutics 89. So you see that this is a strong Q1. You can as well track the progress of this journal. If I see a journal on Scopus page, if I track the progress of this journal, I can tell you that this journal in the next 2 years, we won't find it in the Scopus again. So this is 2021. You can click here to see is the size score, is it increasing or decreasing? If I check 2021, for example, let me see, this year is 97. In 2021, it was 98. That means these are dropped by just a few percentage. But even at that, it's a strong Q1. The other side, you can check the size score, you can check the Schemago journal report, you can check ISNIP. So in summary, this is a good journal. So the person that gave me this journal, if you can publish in this journal, I don't know if you have published here before or it's one of the journal that rejected your papers then.
Yeah, of course.
Since that time, you memorize the title.
Yeah, they do reject my paper last year.
Okay, try and make correction and submit it. So it's a good journal.
I will try to come back to them.
Okay. For those of us that are afraid of APC, many journals have subscription access. Don't be afraid that you don't have APC. No. You must not have APC. If you have a good manuscript, like a CVR, some journals in the CVR offer CVR open. That means you can either publish in open access or publish in subscription, what they call closed access. And also some of the journals in Emirates are closed access. You can publish there without paying a dime. So don't be afraid that you don't have APC. The only question regarding the Scopus, because we have other databases to visit. If there are no Scopus, we have checked Scopus, and let's move to Web of Science. I will tell you the difference between Scopus and Web of Science. So from the link, webofscience.com, I will just click here. Now, one good news that most of the 90% of the journal in Web of Science are in Scopus. So you don't say which one is better. If to me, Web of Science is more difficult. Scopus is a bit liberal also. But for Web of Science journal, Web of Science, there are different categories of Web of Science that you can publish. For those of us in social and management science, you can publish in social sciences reports. I will show you. If you look here, can you still see my slide?
Yes, we can see your
Yeah.
slide.
Web of Science has different areas. If you look at the first one, Science Citation Index, expanded for those in sciences or those in engineering. I think they have engineering, those in sciences. Social Science Citation Index, we have social for those of us in social and management sciences. This, you can try this, journals in this area. You have art and humanities, or those friends in arts and humanity. You have emerging stocks. So these three, 1, 2, 3, are called the core collections, or ISAI, ISAI. So they are called the core collection. I don't know if you have heard about the word, the core collections in Web of Science. They are referred to as the word web. Why they are referred to as core collection? Because they high impact compared to emerging stocks. So those in emerging stocks, they use JCI. Why those in core collection use JCR, Journal Citation Report. You have other areas, you have agriculture and biologists, you have art, humanities, so many other collections. Okay, if you are looking for journals in this area, to look at. So I will tell you, how do we look for the quarter? So if you click here, I will still use the journal you gave me. I will use the same journal. How do you spell it?
Phytomedicine.
Phytomedicine. I will use the same journal. I see here already. So here you can, okay, this is phytomedicine. I'll click here on the details. Okay. Here to tell you ISN, the same, it will be here. ISSN here, the category, show you the area, the index, the chemistry, medicine, blah, blah, blah. It will show you ISCI, Science Citation Index. It will tell you the impact factor. Please, impact factor, very important. Impact factor is very important. It will tell you the GIF, General Impact Factor, 6.7, very high. It will tell you the publisher, Sevia, will tell you the country. This one will show you the country, Germany. Sevia, I think their headquarters is Netherlands, but they have sub-outlets across the world. They have in Germany, they have in UK also. If you look at the right-hand side, you are seeing Q1. Can you see Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4?
In which side, left or
Yes.
right?
Right-hand side, top
Right.
right.
Yes, I can see.
So
Yeah, I
this
can see.
this link is a free access. This one you don't need, your institution don't need to subscribe to this database. This one is free. You can access the, but you may not be able to download some journal if you so, but you can view the journals, the citation report. So you can see Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. You can see GIF, impact factor. So this journal is a strong Q1. So it's in Q1 Web of Science. I told you, any journal in Web of Science, you 90% assurance that you find the journal in Scopus. So any journal in Web of Science, you will find them in Scopus. Okay. So any question so that we move faster? So
You talk
please,
about the difference between Scopus and Web of Science. What's the main
okay.
difference?
Yeah, like Web of Science, it depends. Like for example, it depends on the country you are aiming at. For example, if you are aiming to go to UK as a researcher, please focus on ABS Journal, Association of Business Schools. UK, in fact, majority of journal, they focus on ABS 4-star, ABS 3. Then if you are looking at Australia, they focus on ABDC, mainly on ABDC, Australia Dean of Business Council. Then for Web of Science in China and other Asian countries, they focus on the core collection. I told you the core collection, the SSCI, SCIE, and the Art and Humanity. So the main difference between them, Web of Science is more complex to publish, more difficult. Let me put it that way. Especially those in core collection are more difficult compared to Scopus. Any journal in Web of Science, 90% assurance you find them in Scopus. But journals in Scopus, like 50% assurance you find them in Web of Science. So let me say, put in this way, Web of Science is more higher in terms of rank and more globally recognized and more difficult to publish, especially those in core collections. Okay, I don't know if Prof want to clarify on this. Okay.
No, you are right. Like you mentioned, most journals in the Web of Science will be in Scopus. But it depends on which one the institutions work.
So across the
Yeah.
world, the Web of Science is more recognized. It is some, in fact, some university here, they tell you they don't need Scopus, they need Web of Science keyword because they know any journal in Web of Science keyword, 90% assurance you find them in Scopus. So, and if you want to work in China, please, in China, mostly Asia country, you focus on the core, not just Web of Science, but the core collection. Okay, I think we are done on Web of Science. Please save this link. That this database is free. You don't need to pay to access it. Okay, let's go to ABS. ABS is basically for those in business schools. Basically, those if you're in business school, you publish here. Any journal that is not in ABS doesn't mean the journal is predatory, no, because this one is mainly for those in business school, and UK uses this a lot to assess for assessment, for postdoc, and for other opportunity. If you're applying for grants, I think I know this Prof. I have lived the Prof. And sometimes he's a member of a board of review for Agnes. Prof. I don't know if that I can. Yes, I can. So one of the criteria is that for this applicant, you must publish a Web of Science. Prof, I don't know if that is correct. You must publish
I think
the Web of
it's in the Scopus of Web of Science at least 2 articles.
Yes, so you are seeing that because if you know Agnes is one of the highest reputable grant for early careers. So if you apply, they will say you must have 1 or 2 in Web of Science. They may not put that in the guideline. They won't tell you. It may not be in the guideline, but they use it. So this publication is very important so that it will not be vanished from the global. So this is ABS. ABS is mostly used in the UK. So any journal not in ABS doesn't mean that the journal is predatory. No, because this some country may not have used this. But journal, this one is even more difficult compared to Scopus. Very difficult. Some journal editors here are very crazy and some can be very mean. So this is ABS. To open, you can search for. So like Scopus and Web of Science that uses Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. ABS uses ABS1, ABS2, ABS3, ABS4, and ABS 4-star. For you to publish in ABS 4-star, your affiliation, in fact, must be affiliated with Harvard or Oxford. You can't be in our board and be publishing. Once the editor says this guy, your affiliation please matters. That's why I mentioned collaboration. Not that you are now board or you have 4 authors in your manuscript. All of them are from our board. No. If you have one imagine you have one author from Harvard, you have one from Yale, you have one from Princeton. The likelihood, even if, in fact, when my manuscript reject, I'll just go to the journal. In many occasions, I have found articles published in that journal that my manuscript is even better than. I don't know if you have such experience. You'll be wondering, how come you are rejecting my paper? Because they will look at the geographical distribution, they look at the author, the institution of the author. Your affiliation is like your family background. It can affect your employment and so many other things. So if you are, imagine coming from a Nigeria and the editor is from Oxford and you have no international co-author, I can bet you no matter how strong the article, the editor may likely to reject it except the article is extremely. So please go for international collaboration. Don't limit yourself within your, it's not put my name, put your money, put my name will not take you anywhere. So back to ABS, you can search for the data. If I, okay, let me see, psychomedical may not be here because I don't, okay, let's say, yeah, it may not be here because it's not a business journal. So for example, if I look, okay, let me put any journal, let me put word development now. Okay, word development is here. Please, can you still see my?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
I click on my word
Yes,
development. It will tell me ISS9 here. It will tell me the feed. This is social sciences. So this is social science. This database is mainly for those in management sciences, economics, business admin, marketing, finance, accounting, management, and social sciences, many, and other multidisciplinary journal. What it will tell you the title of the journal, to show you the publisher, to tell you the rank ABS3. In 2018, ABS3, in 2021 is the most recent one, ABS3. ABS1 is very high, ABS3 is very high, top, in fact, it's a top and notch. Okay. Also, this is any question about ABS? Please, we are aiming to go to UK as a researcher. Please target ABS journal because they will use it. They will use it.
Yeah, what I wanted to add here is that is for those in businesses. So if you are in medical courses, so if you don't see journal here, please don't be bothered. It's not your turn. From the word ABS is association of a business schools. So those in the business schools that journals are here. So journals that are in the medical courses, for example, engineering, it may not be there. So depending on your discipline, if you're in those disciplines, you can't find journal here. Don't be worried. It's for those businesses and two sciences. Just to, unlike the previous to have a web of science, sorry, Scopus and a web of science that's more encompassing. But this one is for those in business schools. Just to add to that. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's move to the last one, ABDC. ABDC, that is Australia Dean of Business Council. If you are going look for Australia and New Zealand, if you are aiming to work there as a researcher, please. Most journals in Web of Science, you'll find them here. But this is most journals in Web of Science and Scopus, you'll find them in ABDC. So don't worry. So ABDC, Australian Business Dean Council, as I said, if you are going to Australia, or New Zealand, or the Pacific region, aim for ABDC. And I repeat, most journals in the Web of Science are in ABDC. Most journals, 90% assurance. So I can use this. I will find your journal there. Psychomedical, I'm sure it will be here. Psychomedic search. Okay, I'll just search. I can search
Python, yes.
so medical should be here. Medicine. Let me search. Oh, it's not here. That means it's not listed as part of. Okay, let me pick any other journal. Okay, let me pick Helion. Wait, you're not here. There's no journal. Word development. Okay, let me use word development. No, this I've seen.
No, I think you are going with this in that side today. So
I'll find this journal before. Why? Welcome. Land use
Nice
policy.
if you there now. Okay.
Use land use policy. For those of you working in agriculture, okay, this is land use policy. It's an agricultural based journal. So it tell you the publisher, it will tell you the rank, unlike Web of Science Corpus that uses Scopus. This one uses A star, ABDC, A star, A, B, and rank C. So A star is the highest, A is followed by A and B. So this is rank A. So it will tell you the publisher, it will tell you the fee, the ISN number, and blah blah. So this one there's not too much to discuss about this. So in summary, if you ask me what is my recommendation is that you focus mainly on Web of Science journals, Web of Science core collection. Though it's difficult, but if you don't have more stamina, go with the Scopus. Go with the Scopus journal. But please don't publish in predatory journals. There are some publishers that have been tagged as predatory. For example, MDPI. If you publish in MDPI, in Asia, nobody is going to recommend accept that MDPI. Some publishers like Frontiers, publisher like Hindawi. I think Hindawi, they are very smart. They sold the company to Wiley. I think Wiley recently bought it last year. So if you publish, please be mindful of where you publish. And those predatory journals. In fact, I'm one of my friends, Dr. Fu, I don't know if he's there when I was still in Covenant. We submitted a manuscript. I think it was on Wednesday before we closed work. We submitted a manuscript to be a journal. I will not mention the name of this journal. And we went to church. When I was in church, I just saw an email, acceptance. I just, after the service, I went to meet Dr. Fu. I said, Dr. Fu, the manuscript we submitted is acceptance. He said, Romanus, don't mind them. This one, I'm only to define. It's true, and they will tell you, they will send you an invoice, pay APC. How can I send a manuscript less than 4 hours? You send me acceptance without review. Oh my goodness. I said, this one is pure predatory. So that's why I said, I just wrote them, okay. They say, write them, publish for free. I wrote them, okay, if you can waive the APC. They said, no, we have to collect the APC. I said, you are not serious. So predatory journal, they are after profit to make money. They are not concerned about the intellectual of the academia. They're not concerned about contribution to knowledge. They're not concerned about quality. They are just, you find them, tell you to bring APC. I think that is also, lastly, let me just, Prof talk about I think Prof talked about he talked about the DIaDeRC journal. So one of the ways we want to bridge gaps in the literature or gaps in the public knowledge to establish journal. I think we have done well to establish. We are looking at one of the criteria to index a journal in Scopus is that you must be in existence for 3 to 5 years consistently publishing. So please do well to visit our journal page. Please do well to visit the journal page. You will see the description. You will see our scope. So our journal is not limited to, don't say I'm an engineer, I'm medicine, this is only for those institutions. No. We have gone beyond our we are talking about collaboration, intra-partnership research. So we'll see our focus. You want to see our editorial board, you have our editorial board, you find them Prof as the chief editor. We have so many globally recognized professors. So I think Professor Song, one of the most published scholar in Africa. We have Professor Leaks, so many of them. And we have a Nobel laureate, Professor James. So to have a Nobel laureate in our team is not something to joke. So we sat down to draft this. So please do well to visit our journal page. I think when we launch for submission, we'll let you know. They have other editorial members, associate editors. We have so many editorial board members, associate editors. We have you have managing editor and so many. Please do well to visit. We have these are the associate editors. Please do well. We'll soon open for manuscript submission. And I also beg you, please, we may call you for review. Please don't say, oh, I'm busy. Please, we may call you for review. It's part of the community service. Dr. Adeleke talked about community service. So review without pay is part of our work as academia. and you have to manage all of them. So, all right, thank you. I'll hand over to Prof at this stage. Or Prof, do you have time to? Okay.
I think there are some few questions on the chat box. Maybe you'll take them quickly. One
Okay.
says, I visited one journal website and later they started sending me regular emails. One. Two, you meant MPDI journals are predatories? Then three, how can I publish on Scopus without spending money? Which journal do I target? So let's take them quickly for thank you so much.
Oh my God, I'll take that one. Three questions. Oh my. Please, number one, sir.
Number one is I visited one journal website and later they started sending me regular emails. That one I can answer it because in some website, once you enter the website, their system collects your email address, or maybe there's a place to say put your email address here. So they view as a subscriber. So whenever they post anything from their end, you get the email. So that could be the reason why you have the email. So it could be like as you enter the email, as you enter the website, put your email. So they have seen you as a subscriber. So whenever they are sending any information, you get such an email. That could be the reason. So normally you can take the other two. Okay, there's another one again. That one I can answer the last one. Normally you think you're in church. Please go ahead. There's one from you meant MPDI journals are predatory journals, and how can I publish on Scopus without spending money? Which journals do I target? The last one is DIaDeRC journal APC free? Is it also affiliated to any university as university publisher, or is it a private publisher? Okay, anyone can take other ones. I can jump in on that. Thanks so much. Romanus, over to you. Romanus, did you jump out? You are muted because you are talking. Okay, let me come in as while you wait. So let me take them in reverse order. For DIaDeRC journal, first and foremost, is DIaDeRC. If you go to the website, it tell you that if you just go to the home page, I think I mentioned earlier. Let me share my screen. Let me, I shared earlier just now. Yeah, can we see my screen, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so DIaDeRC journal, so we can simply say that there is a population of DIaDeRC institutions, the Berkeley Institutions and the Women Research Center. So it's an institutional-based journal. You know, DIaDeRC is registered as an independent research center, not university. So it's a population of the DIaDeRC, which is called the Institutions and Development Research Center. It's not based in university. It's a journal as one of the outlets go to contribute to scientific contribution. So we can say it's an institutional journal, but not university journal. Okay, for APC, yes, we go to the website that Romanus shared earlier. Let me just take us there. You go to the website Romanus shared earlier. Let me yes. So we're also consulting. The group is want to be independent as much as possible. So the group is some APC charge, but it's going to be there could be some subsidy for SPIP members and also those on Global South. But it's going to be as cheap as possible that can cover our basic optional costs, and they will not depend on anybody, so it can be as independent as possible. So that's the idea. But we are still consulting to know which model to follow. If you and the solution form is even available, if you want to click on the form now on this one, take it to submission portal. So that is submission portal, what I want to follow and my slopes. So that is that. Any other question that was asked, can take it. What other question was asked?
My laptop is restarting. I don't know, Prof, if you have answered the question.
I've answered 1, 2, remaining MPDI, and how can I publish on Scopus without spending money? Yes, for me, over the last many years, I don't publish again with money. Okay, so you look at the journals that are full access. And like Romanus, we also mentioned, thankfully, we have some collaborators in Asia that once you work with them, they will cover from their own end, they will cover the APC on your behalf. Okay, so with that collaboration partnership, we are able to mitigate the issue of APC. So I don't see why you should be spending money personally paying for journals. So what most people advocate is that your institutions should cover it, and in case your institutions is not covering it, you can work with Romanus, who's our head of publication. It will guide you through to know which outlets and which collaborators you can bring on board so that they can be part of that to cover the APC. And even in some cases, if there's we can also get some grants, they can even pay you for publishing in such outlets. Yeah, for MPDI, Romanus, is MPDI a literary journal?
My answer is yes and no. But my advice, don't publish there because it will not be recognized in some countries. I can tell you in China it's not recognized, in Asia it's not recognized, and some countries in Europe is not recognized. Most journals are considered as predatory there. Though they may have like
they have many journals that they float. You see one publisher having many journals, and that's one of the issues that they flag them. But I think some of the journals are in the Scopus, some of the journals, not all of them. But let's also be guided. Okay. All right. There's another one. Is there a group where one can search for international collaborators, like you mentioned? Well, yes, I think the ASMN platform is one of them. And also, if you also go to under Scopus, you can check your, like journals, look at those who are published there to also give you an idea of where they're coming from. So you can also email them, if you have an idea, you wanted to be a part of it, you can also collaborate. So you can see that also on the, you can also look at the journal page and see how many, where the authors are coming from, to also give an idea. But from the thing I shared earlier, our ASME platform will have so rich. I think I shared with us the network. This, for example, this people. So this is really rich. We have people from this platform we have given such rich international outlook. We have from Cameroon, Canada, Egypt, Swatini, Ethiopia, Germany, Ghana, India, Israel, Italy, Kenya, Malaysia, Nigeria, Pakistan, Russia, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, South Africa, Sri Lanka, Tanzania, Turkey, Uganda, United States, UK, USA. So you can see both almost all the continents are covered. Okay. I also go to our journal that we just launched. You see rich database of our editors and also Azure editors. So this can give an outlook. Okay, how about well, you can actually check all those journals that you are mentioning and see following what he has guided us to. Somebody is asking, as a researcher, is it wise to publish in one particular journal as long as, my dear sister, is Oluwakemi? I would say no. No, because we publish like in some schools, if you publish more than 3 journals, 3 articles in one journal for more than 2 years, they only count 2. And then they may think that you are already befriending the person, the editor. Maybe like you're already a family meeting. No matter how good, let's diversify. Even if it's a Q1, please. Diversity is important. So please, I would say there are many journals that are there. So don't get one journal, even though it's Q1 and 99%. Please diversify. It will give you room to get other input from other scholars. Is that clear, Kemi? Okay, we are going to another thing before we close now. And if you have another question, please let's keep them coming. Is Madam Elizabeth in the house? Let me see. So as we launch the next item, let me go to my screen, to this agenda. Let's keep the comment coming, please. Yeah, this is agenda for today. Yeah. So what we now go to, we'll cover 1, 2, we'll go to the next one, the launch of ASMN. Roman, is Elizabeth in the house?
No, sir.
Okay, now let me. So there's those of us who joined earlier, we are here. So I want to give us a quick assignment on Let me put on the chat, journal chat. Yeah, so let's click on this link. If you can click it, let me copy it on the, can I copy? I should be able to copy. Well, can you see my screen?
Yes, Prof.
Great. So we are now the screen has left.
But we can't see it anymore.
Let me, okay, the screen. I want to put something on the chat. So let's click on this link. It's our new, oh God. Why did you not go and say? Okay,
You
1
can
minute.
see the link now.
Okay, can we see the link?
Yes, we
Okay.
can.
Let's click on it, and everybody, it's an assignment. Quick, it has one. So we are launching our, let's click on it on YouTube, on YouTube, which is Scholars Mentorship Network. So wow, it's a new YouTube link we just launched. We're launching today. The aim is that the assignment is what we'll do our normal streaming and all that, but this one will be focusing only on resources that are customized for us, for scholars, for professionals. So we'll do the video to launch it. So are you there? Click on that link I shared on the chat, please. Are we there? So the assignment is simple. We are going to say 1 is let it play, then 2, comment on it, 3, like it, 4, share. Are we there? Please let's respond. Click on the link and go to YouTube. So it will show you, I don't know, play from here so we can see it. If you are with me, please write yes on the chat. I want to be sure that you're following me. Click on the link on the chat and let's go. So in case you're looking for bespoke materials as a researcher, or are looking for, so we're going to be focusing on resources that are needed for researchers. Okay. So let's, I've already put one video there. The video that's on the, try to introduce what it means. So from this week you're entering now, you're going to see other ones. It's going to be as short as possible, but focus on the series we're working on it. So you can just go there, focus on it. Why our normal YouTube channel will be well within our normal activities like streaming, online streaming, and all of that. So this is another development thanks to media and publicity team that has brought this one. So okay, we still have some minutes. If that means only one done. Okay, can me thank you, thank you. Go again. You subscribe, turn on the notification button, comment on that, then share across your network. Okay. We have a few minutes remaining. Let's keep them coming. Let's keep them coming. Keep them coming. Let's keep them coming. Let's keep them coming. Okay. Yeah, time is going. Many 1 minute. Let's keep them coming. Let's keep them coming. Okay. Let's keep them coming. All right, I will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want you to reach at least 20 and then we'll go. Okay. I will reach. I will reach. Great. Okay, and if you have other questions that are remaining, let's keep them coming as well, so we can begin to tidy up as we work towards the conclusion of today's session. More questions, comments, can take them on the chat. Good. Let's get a comment on the chat. Let's get a comment on the chat. Okay, thank you. Get a comment on the chat. Okay. I've heard YouTube, but I don't know whether I got or not registered. No, just click the link. You don't have to register. It's subscribe. It's for free. For this one, this channel is for free. Okay. All right. There are two channels. This we're launching this new one that will be focusing mainly on resources. Okay. The other one we have it's also be there on our general operations, but this is only on resources that are already collected for scholars. So just go here straight and mention that. Okay. So before we close now, Dr. Yemisi, you have this space before I go to closing remark but let's get our comment coming. Let me see over to you. Let me stop sharing my screen. So welcome again one of our participants for today, Dr. Yemisi Delegate. Thanks so much. Yeah, you have the floor. And in case you have any questions, thanks for the comments. Keep them coming. Yeah, there's another one more. We'll come back to you. It's a Frontier Journal and High Impact Journal. We'll come back to you on that. Once again, is there somebody saying it's a SCNAT in Switzerland, Deep Retreat Journal. Romanus will answer that. Romanus, please, there's some comments on the chat. So those two remaining one side. But let me work on let me see again to let me see, you have this place.
Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you so much, Prof. And thank you everyone for listening and being on this space. So before I conclude on what we've been talking about since morning on publishing in reputable journals, I'd like to give you my experience. I started my academic journey in 2018. And before this time, I didn't really know about publishing in high impact journals. I knew people normally publish, but I didn't have an idea of the process and the rigor it was supposed to go. And I started my academic journey. I started writing, even despite without having a mentor. I just started writing, and from 2019 to 2022, I was not visible. I was not out there. If you go to my Google Scholar, there's no citation of the documents I'm publishing. There's no visibility. I'm not out there. People do not reach out to me. Even journals do not reach out to me for me to help them to review. Nothing like that. But the story changed. And what changed my story? What changed my story? One critical factor that changed my story was the African Scholars Mentorship Network 2.0. I was privileged to join that ASMN 2.0, just like we are all joining today. Our academic, our career, whatever journey we have in front of us is before us. I joined that and I keyed into the vision. And of course, we have beautiful and wonderful people that are ready and available to mentor us. And mentorship is one very key important thing. Professor Evans is there, Dr. Solomon Okwande is there, Dr. Roman Osaboye is there. And of course, when we talk about mentorship, it is not just looking forward to find the easy way out. You have to be ready. You have to be prepared to do the hard work. I was ready. I was prepared to do the hard work. I was ready to go an extra mile. And that is why I've had a change in my career story now. Between 2023 and now, I've been privileged to be able to publish in high impact journals, which was not my story before. Also, I also had the privilege of meeting with people and collaborating with people that would move me to that space. Also, I've been able to improve career-wise in all that I do, even in writing, because when you write and you give trusted people to help you look through your work, then it helps you. Then also, I'm sure Prof is going to talk about it again. After this ASMN 5.0, if you want to join the premium membership, you pay a little token and you'll be grouped according to your area of specialization. It does not end there. When I was grouped in the area of specialization, I was very active. You do not need to wait for someone. Of course, you have a team lead, you have an assistant team lead. But if you have an idea, you can share it there. And people that key into that idea, you work with them. And that is how we have been able to move forward. This is just my experience, because I've had people come. I've introduced several people to ASMN, and of course, this is the template I have told them that I've used. I'm always ready, I'm always available, I'm always accessible, and any assignment given to me, I meet up. So it is not about being in an academic space. It's about, are you ready to do the work? So I'm advising, I'm admonishing, I'm just telling you what has worked for me. And I pray that it would also work for you. And in order to round it up today, I'm going to conclude on publishing in reputable journals. The first one that we've talked about today, and it has been also further emphasized by Dr. Romanos and Professor Evans, is that we should ensure that we target high impact journal. And also, even when we target high impact journal, rejections come in. Every time when you submit your document, they will return your document to you. Rejection is just an opinion. You find out that there are several documents that have been rejected, and further, and after submitting elsewhere, it became a very visible paper that you'd like, and I submitted this to several places, and of course, now I thought it was not good enough, but now it is giving the feasibility I want. Also, you have to choose your mentors wisely. You have to follow those that know where they are going to. You have to follow those that will be able to lead you. Then, of course, when you choose mentors wisely, you will be able to also access their collaboration. I write with people in several people in China, Asia. I've never met them one-on-one, but because of my mentors, I'm privileged to write with them. And also, it will help you conduct quality research. When you work with people from all over, it will help you to write a good manuscript. And lastly, in your writing, please avoid plagiarism. The first thing, when you submit your manuscripts anywhere, the first thing they do is to what? Is to test for plagiarism. And of course, if your plagiarism is high, automatic desk rejection. Even if you have a good idea, but your result comes out high, then automatically the knowledge you're trying to pass across would not get to your global audience. On this note, I say a big thank you to Professor Evans and all that have been listening. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Amen and amen. Thank you so much, madam, for the passion. We appreciate you. I think I must sincerely say I'm grateful to God. Okay, please stop sharing your screen. Right. So I would say I'm blessed because the joy is that if those of us that joined the 1.0, I was the only one behind the thing. Thanks to my brother, now part of our editorial board member, Professor Simply Sasongu, who was the one that run it through. So as with 2.0, brought some other person to join us. As with 3.0, now those of us who have gone through the training are now part of the facilitators. Lots of Judith, she was part of 3.0, also Romanus in that time. Now 4.0, we also saw some of them. Now 5.0, we are seeing those who have gone through our training now facilitating. So that is our joy that we're already building for the next generation. So like she mentioned, as I prepare to take my closing remarks, the two main factors I want to emphasize. The ASMN Premium membership is still open for batch 3. It will open till on the 20th of for this batch, so that by end of June we will do onboarding. Onboarding is like a welcome ceremony, whereby we will cluster you into different clusters. You just go to our website, DIaDeRC.org, you click join the network, and once you join, we'll design a badge for you, which is like we call a ASMN Premium badge, like your ID card that you can choose anywhere. And there are many benefits you enjoy being a professional member, on the content mentorship and the other resources you enjoy. So I want to encourage you. We want to ensure that only committed persons to work towards sustainability. So we don't depend on anybody for support. We're able to run our things ourselves, so we can be bold enough to express our intelligence and knowledge as given by our God without any limitation. Then other resources I've mentioned. And for those of us who are in this series, so please, any studies are still available. After today, by tomorrow, by God's grace, the exercise for us for episode 3 from today's lecture will be shared as well. So, but the one is already is still on. We have 89% that have done it. For For 2 about more than $50, for 3 by tomorrow should be available by 4. So the doing 4 of them are important, plus your subscription as means previous subscription are the 2 key criteria for qualifying for certificate. So we encourage you to be there. Another resource are there, and these are our journals that have been launched in. And then secondly and lastly, the Scholar Network. Who are saying that it's only Africa, so we just open this channel for to accommodate other scholars outside Africa, so that we know we are serving everybody else. And like I mentioned, you want to play the let me just play the YouTube. And if there is any particular topic you want us to cover, just put it on the YouTube, on the comment section. We will work towards it. So this is the page. And many people, thanks more for those that subscribe. So go ahead and play the, this is just to welcome that, and then you'll be glad you did this. So it will just give you the,
Yeah, good everyone.
yeah, but I'll stop
We are
now.
journalists from all over the world.
So you can now look at it and subscribe, view, share.
Morning,
Yeah,
good
God bless you.
afternoon, good evening.
All right, so I will search my screen now as we plan to.
So I say good day. Yeah,
What
my
is
name
the
is
other comment I will not take it?
Evans Sapo here.
Other comments.
Professor of Economics
Romanus,
at
check whether there are other comments on
Covenant
sections that are not
University
there. Thank you. Okay.
Nigeria. And
Yeah, there's one on
of
MD,
the PECOS,
Frontiers.
Nations and Development Research.
Okay, I think I've answered that several times. But just
No, on Frontiers, okay.
Frontier, please go ahead. Let me search it.
Called the Africans Scholars Mentorship Network. Now,
Okay, Prof, can you? Okay,
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I'm searching it.
Yeah, I want to answer on Frontier. But if you tell me to give you my candidate, I don't know the person that asked the question. If you can hear me very well.
We can hear you. Just
Yes, I can hear you,
Yeah.
madam. I'm the
If
one who
you-
asked the question.
If you
Yeah,
tell me to
Prof.
advise you as a brother, I'll tell you not to publish that. I'll give you my receipt. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I can see your
I can see
screen.
your screen, sir.
Before 2024, I mean 2023, 2024, MDPI and Frontiers and Henda with these 3 publishers, I think some of the journals have been recognized. In fact, if you see some of the journals like Sustainability, you find them in Q1. Even Frontiers in Nutrition, Frontiers in Publisher, you find their journals in Q1, high impact factors. But they has been suspended since 2024. If you can see my screen, you see Frontiers in Energy Research on hold. That most of the journals are facing investigation by Web of Science by compromising editorial standards. Because if you look at this journal, they are gold open access. I don't know if you understand what they mean by gold open access. Gold
Yes,
open access.
I know.
Journals, the after money, if you look at MDPI, their publication fee is far high, like up to 2,000 Swiss franc, which is higher than dollars. And MDPI, the
Yes,
same
yes.
thing, their publication fee, only open access. And most cases, they will not grant you waiver. So that going investigation, most of the journals in this publisher, 3 publisher, but Wiley is smarter than them. They sold Hindawi to Wiley. So Wiley journal has been moved. Sorry, Hindawi journal has been moved to Wiley. So that one has escaped investigation. So from 2024, these journals published by these 2 publishers, Frontiers and MDPIs, are classified as a predatory journal. In fact, some countries in Europe, Belgium, I know very well. I think in Germany, you cannot bring them for promotion. In Malaysia, so they have banned any journals in Malaysia and in China and many countries in Asia. That one I know very well. So you can't bring publication. If you publish, maybe you are publishing for citation, publish for yourself, but you cannot bring it for promotion, for grant application. You cannot ask university to fund it, to pay for APC, except you want to pay APC from your pocket. I know you don't have that money up to
Of course, you don't have.
$2,500. You don't have that. So that is why from 2024, this investigation started in 2024. So before 2024, they have been accepting them across the globe. But since 2024, most countries has delisted them from their required journal list. So my advice, don't go there, don't publish there, except you want to publish for fun, for citation, for your Google Scholar, but not for grant, not. And please, if you have it in your CV, please remove it. And if you are applying for a grant, please don't put it in your part of your publication, because it's know that editorial standard has been compromised by this job. You will observe the way they review, the regulation, it's not the way they review.
Of course.
They ask you.
My colleague just
For
published recently in
MDPI,
that
for
journal.
example, in 3 weeks, they will send you review and acceptance. So that's why. So my advice, don't go there, don't publish there, except you have the money to pay and you want to publish for fun. But when you are submitting anything, don't put it in your CV. Don't put it as part of your publication. Just publish it and leave it to count for you as to increase your site score and your H index. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Okay, thanks so much. In case that's one again we enjoy this one is that if you're on a Smith Premier Group, we will also guide you. So in case you have a manuscript that's ready, you might listen to us. The manuscript will guide you based on your topics. We'll also guide you through which journal to publish. Okay. Somebody is asking me, what journal do you recommend for manuscript in entrepreneurship and sustainability? It depends. Okay. You can, like manuscript, you can check, you can put this subject matter on Scopus, just under Scopus, you put that title to give you ideas of because I already do that. Okay. Yeah, somebody's asking entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship and sustainability. So you can just search for, maybe you search by sources. You search by, don't are you following the, so you can now go to subject area.
Yes, I'm following.
Yeah, good. So type entrepreneurship.
Business and accounting, you find entrepreneurship here. Yeah, you find entrepreneurship here. Okay. Business and international management, business, you find entrepreneurship here. Management of technology, marketing, you find entrepreneurship here. These are the areas.
So you can now search and see, you come up with a.
Are you hungry? Sorry. What is it?
You can also say for sustainability. Okay, just search. Let's see. Apply. Apply.
Let me just take all. Let me take everything.
Apply. So they give you area of journals that come, and you now check them one by one and see.
You can Journal of International Journal of Information Management, Academic Journal of Management and Journal of Academic Marketing Science, Tourism. This is also part of entrepreneurship, academic management, Journal of Marketing. You find entrepreneurship, I think. There's some journal, many journals. In fact, I published the entrepreneurship. How do you spell entrepreneur?
No, it's ROE.
It's TRE.
Yeah.
TRE.
It's French word. That's coming from the chat. Let's see.
You can put it in the chat for me.
It's there. It's on the chat. It's there.
Okay, let me copy for the chat. Sorry. Okay.
Okay. So that's how you search DIaDeRC, and then, but in case you want to, once you are part of Smith Premium, we can also give you guidance on that. They'll have a publication team led by Roman.
R47, we have entrepreneur theory and practice, international entrepreneurship and management. So you have Journal of Small Business and Entrepreneurship, Strategic Entrepreneurship Journal, many of them. This, if you look at here, you see there's percentile 93, 96. You see. So anyone you like, you just click on the one you like. You just click on it. Anyone you like, you go and read the journal. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Haftamu, is that your choice, or you can search yourself from what the models have shown? Just put this journal title. Look, I'm going to Haftamu Tafak. So you can put that on Scopus and see our Web of Science as well and check to show you the trend. Okay, it's been a good time. So I begin to any other burning question anybody want to ask, because we want to work towards closing this meeting for today, so we can prepare for next week by God's grace. Any last question? Are you searching for that or?
Okay. What is it, sir?
Okay, there's somebody. I can let me see. All right, actually, I can stop sharing and I conclude.
Okay.
All right, can you stop sharing? As a great. Let me share my screen. So the last one was answered by after why you see there. I just checked that journal you mentioned on Web of Science. So this is journal. It's Web of Science, International Journal of Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Okay, it's right there. Published by Sage. And so these are the indicators. Okay. And if I search it on Scopus, let me search it on Scopus and see. Scopus, let me search and see. I just go to search sources, and then I put under, I'm searching by title. I just go to title, yeah, title. Yeah, so you can search by title or by ASMN title. Put journal there. You have my journal, but it's even there's more, it's just there for us. You click on it, and you can see it's 66 percentile, so it's a Q2 journal, yeah, Q2 journal, and then to show the trend is current from 2013 to date, so it's current, and it's making progress from 4.8 is growing to 6.5, so you see the trend. Okay, and in business, so just like Roman's mentioned, the size score is high. Okay, and it's also in the Web of Science, and as you can see here. All right. Okay. So that is the journal. All right. Any other question? There's another question. We want to begin to. Is the Scopus is also in the Web of Science? Yes, we just seen that. Okay, somebody's hand is raised. Wow, Ajibola Ayodeji, when did you raise your hand since?
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah, good. I want to ask a question. Does the center has any research team you guys are preparing for publication in the next few months?
Okay, maybe it came late. Just follow my screen. I mentioned opportunities that are available. For example, we have this edited book, which I'm part of the guest editors. Okay, it's Development Economics, Global Perspective, and Contemporary Relevance. The abstract submission, only abstract, is due by May 30. This is a link. You go to our website and search, you can see it. This is the one we are doing this by Rich and Taylor and Francis group. There's one we are doing for Springer Nature. I'm also part of the editorial. But this guy from India, this guy from Australia. So it's on the what you call major reference work on rural studies. It's on the website. And we just mentioned our journal. So these are what we are working on currently. I didn't know that answer your question, sir. Okay,
no questions, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right, there's no more question. I want to thank you for today. It's been a nice talking to you. So by God's grace, same time, same link on Zoom and on YouTube next week, we are going to another topic on relevance of partnership and collaboration. There are many people have mentioned today. So I have our own Dr. Judith Annie, and also one of our other respected advisory board member, which will be there to showcase. So don't miss it. It's that week of June and same time next week. God bless you. And the exercise is still available. Let's get them done before then. Because after by tomorrow or next tomorrow, latest, the exercise from today's session will be available. And God will bless you. Again, don't forget to do the exercise and register for membership to qualify for certificates. And with that, I will say thank you so much for today. And lastly, don't forget our new YouTube channel meant to help you collate resources that are relevant for your work. In short, from people telling you from the experience, you've seen that always. We publish it by once a week on that channel. Right. Thank you so much. And okay, I think I've answered your question. I want to thank you so much, Isogana, for your I've learned a lot. We're blessed. Thanks so much. Let's keep the comment section. And this link is on YouTube already. So go over it again on YouTube and learn again more and more. And God bless you. If there's another final person, I want to stop sharing my screen now as we begin.